Hey everyone, it's Dr. Charlotte Hodges. I'm just going for my routine walk. I'm trying to get in at least 2 miles a day. Follow me on Strava, yay! I'm excited because I've been doing this for several days in a row now. That's a first for me, so believe me, the struggle is real. So what I want to talk a little bit about today is what happens when you plateau with your weight loss. It's a very common issue that comes up with my patients, and what I generally will see is my patients will begin to plateau with their weight loss. Seems like every 3 to 4 months. And I did write a little article about plateauing, which will be published by Obesity Help. I'm also going to have it on my blog, on my webpage, charlottehodgesmd.com. So check it out for the full ride, for the full description. But I just want to give you some of the highlights. Number one, it's not uncommon for you to experience plateauing of your weight loss if you've been in a calorie deficit for a significant period of time. It's a very natural phenomenon, so you're not alone. Number two, you're probably going to experience it after 3 to 4 months. Then once you kind of break that plateau, you can begin to experience it again in another 3 to 4 months. So what can you actually do about these plateaus? Well, number one, what you may actually do, it might seem a little bit counterintuitive. Number one, first and foremost, if in an effort to increase your metabolism or an effort to kind of break this plateau, a lot of times people want to go to the gym and just work even harder. And actually some of the research is showing that you might need to pull it back. So I actually recommend that you kind of decrease some of this cardio that you might be doing. The other thing that I had found in some of my research is when you're consistently in a calorie deficit, what happens is that your fat cells begin to have these signals that say, oh no, I'm getting smaller. Now I need to send out signals because I want to get back to where I once was. And that really negatively impacts your weight loss because your body essentially is working against you. It's saying, I want to get big again. So a way to kind of arrest those signals to naturally stop them is basically going out of your calorie deficit. And if you're looking at this for the long haul, what you might want to do is actually, for the first 5 days of the week, maybe during the week, stick to your calorie deficit, but then on the weekends, bring your calories up to maintenance level. And if you need to do that for at least a 48-hour period, because that might be just enough to kind of get you out of that counteracting signaling pathway. And finally, the authors that I had researched, they said that to actually increase your protein. Now, I already have my patients doing a lot of protein supplementation. Typically, if you're a sleeve or a bypass patient, you need to be doing 60 to 80 grams of protein supplement a day. That means in addition to the food that you're eating. If you're a duodenal switch patient, or if you've had a previous bypass and you're being revised to a bypass or a long limb bypass, you need to be doing 100 to 120 grams of protein a day. What this author had actually said in my research is that it might actually be better if you actually do 1.5 grams of protein to 2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. Now, for those of you that are not really experienced with the metric system, like me, and most other Americans, 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds. So essentially, if you weigh 140 pounds, you need about 70 grams of protein a day. And what this author is then saying is, take your 70 grams and multiply it by 2.2. That gets you back up to the 140. So a really rough estimate would be, if you're finding that you're in a plateau, if you weigh 150 pounds, probably should do about 150 grams of protein a day. You weigh 200 pounds, you need to do about 200 grams of protein a day. Now that's an awful lot of protein. You could back it down another, pick that number, especially if you weigh over 200 pounds, and maybe bring it down another 30 to 40 grams of protein. But what doing all this extra protein will do is it helps to give your body extra energy stores, but it's not the easy energy stores, which is what you get with carbohydrate. So just as a quick down and dirty, you might actually have to dial back the cardio that you're doing, because you need to let your body kind of rest and regroup. It's beginning to become accustomed to this high energy demand, and when you're plateauing, you need to back off. So back off on the cardio, number one. Number two, give yourself some weight loss breaks. Take some holidays from your calorie deficits and from your dieting. And then number three, increase your protein. So if you found this helpful, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and on my YouTube channel, and I'll be talking with you guys soon. All the best. Bye.